What up, gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I'm your host, Sean C. And tonight we're going to talk about how the girl power movements trick modern women. Now, the topic tonight, right? The topic tonight came about because I've had a folder with some stuff I wanted to show you guys. I think I've had that folder together for a couple of months. And in that folder, it talks a lot about these women retreats and the different things. And there's a number of women who actually speak up about this. Today's video isn't about that. I want to make a video on that. You know, you guys have been talking a lot about how, you know, you guys appreciate me starting to do different topics. And this one I think needs to get covered. So in tonight's live stream, we're going to cover more of the background minutia of these movements, even though we're going to address part of it. But I want this to be a setup for the video I'm going to make. Okay. So I want to start you all out with a little comedy. Okay. Let's start off with a little comedy. We'll get to the gents here in a little bit, right? So I'm going to shout out the gents at some point. We'll go through some videos. We'll talk a little bit. We'll have the question of the day, and we'll get up out of here, okay? So I can take care of some stuff that I got to go take care of. But make sure y'all put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear this video when I put it up, okay?
How do you feel? This is the place for it. She can't. Just apologize. Just apologize. Be yourself. Be yourself. Fucking mother. Only got one mother. She's so fucking ungrateful, man. Fuck you, you ain't my mother! You ain't my mother! This bitch keep cheating on me! I'm grateful, man! It's okay. I'm tired of using my hair! It's okay. She ain't never say sorry! Let that shit out, my nigga. Let that shit out. Let that shit out, my nigga. Love yourself first. Love yourself first. Love yourself. It's okay. Fight them demons, man! Tell her how you feel. I take out the garbage when I want. Tell her how you feel. Tell her how you feel.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. So part of the way I set up today's live stream is based on this clip and another clip that I have, okay? These retreats that these women have, that they're sick of us. Oh my God. But if men had a retreat, you would see the exact same thing. So listen, I wanted to start off with that. I am going to play this next one, but I'm going to have to mute it. So hopefully that doesn't mess up the sound for later. But so I'm going to mute this next one. And again, hopefully it doesn't mess up the sound for later. Were you hit homeboy with Hulk Hogan on that shirt? Yeah, he did. Tim, thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you. And King, yeah, it's a good thing you didn't buy a house in Florida. Jesus Christ. All right. All right, let's get to this next video because I wanna lay the groundwork for what we're gonna talk about tonight. Again, there's no sound on this, okay? I'll talk through some of this as we're going through it. Tell me if y'all hear that sound or not. Hopefully y'all don't. Let me know in the chat there, did y'all hear any of that sound? I hope not, because the whole point was not to hear the sound, okay? Let's do that. Hopefully this doesn't mess up the sound for later. But this is what I want to show you guys, right? One of the things that we're going to talk about in the video that I'm going to create is, it's like, look, there's nothing wrong with having events that are to help you be better. And I'm not even mad that women have retreats. Good, good. I just want to make sure there was some music in there. I didn't want to get copyrighted for it. Okay. But here's the thing. I don't have a problem with women having these retreats, whatever. I'm getting there, King. I don't have a problem with these retreats. The one thing I say is that the problem I do have with retreats like this one is that, believe it or not, a lot of them are under the guise of women empowering women. But from the reports that I have and from the clips that I have that I'm going to make my next video with, it's not all that it's cracked up to be. Now, D-Dog, thank you for being here. Sean, how you been, my brother? It's good to see you. Always good to have you here. I appreciate you. I understand that part of the goal of this is to raise money, right? Right? You're going to host an event. You're going to allow people to network. Sometimes that, I can say, in a good event, that's worth paying the price of admission for. You know, getting it all together, having the venue, okay? This is a part of doing business. You all should not be mad at that. Again, in the video that I plan to create, you're going to see that a lot of these things aren't as empowering as they seem to be. Now, again, today's video is not about us talking about these retreats. I am going to incorporate that into the next video where we get into a deeper discussion about this. The reason I showed you all this is because it's the overall girl power movement, the feminist movement, that has us seeing some of the things that we see today. So I'm using tonight's live stream for us to be able to talk about these, to look at some of the points in this, how they don't work for modern women, and how they're being tricked out of relationships because of it. In the next video that I make, I'm going to incorporate a few of these clips in there. Not all of them, just maybe a couple, maybe none, who knows. But I want to put out, just like I talked about how women's worst enemy can be other women, the same thing is happening with these retreats, with these different movements. Now, again, I'm not mad at people for trying to make their money. Listen, if you notice on this channel, I've never, I can say never, I haven't done a product placement in a very long time, because I had one product. It was the Magic Mind. I think it was like 2 years ago where I did Magic Mind, and all I got was to try out the product, right? I didn't get any type of endorsement or any type of payment for it. And I started thinking, I don't want to put anything on this channel that I don't believe in. So that's why you don't see placement ads. You might see my personal ad that I created for the book that I have, the link down in the description below. I wear and support all the stuff that the merch that I have. I buy it myself, right? I wear the merch when I'm online with you guys. There's nothing wrong with a content creator trying to, supplement income, because this takes a lot of time of your life up, right? You should be compensated for that. The problem I have with the girl power movements are in these retreats. Let me put this back up on the screen. The problem I have with these little retreats and conferences is that it's selling these women a bill of goods. It's selling these women this, hey, I can have it all type mentality. And one of the things, there's a video clip that's going to be in the next video. And I'm just going to spoil it now. It talks about how one of the things talked about breaking generational curses. And the one thing that I thought was interesting is that it talked about breaking generational curses, yet there were no men represented there when talking about breaking generational curses. How are particularly Black women supposed to do that by themselves? Break generational curses by themselves? If the whole idea is we're empowering each other to do it. You understand what I'm saying? That don't even make sense. So these are the kind of things that I want to bring up. But I want to show how these things are holding a lot of women back. Because a lot of these little events start to become about the money and the fame and the notoriety. And I can't wait for y'all to hear some of these testimonials that I'm going to put in the next video. Now, in keeping with our topic tonight, we're going to play the next video. This is what it's like dating in 2024. Put a 1 in the chat when I play this to let me know y'all can hear it. Because there's a slight chance y'all may not be able to hear it. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all hear it.
That shit good as fuck. You paying for this?
Do y'all hear that? Let me get a 1. Let me get a. Okay, good. Let's start over.
That shit good as fuck. You paying for this?
Why would I do that?
This the problem with niggas now. They just so motherfucking broke and so motherfucking sassy. They just want to be in their princess era. It's cool. Broke ass.
I don't even know you.
Now, I know this was a setup, right? This was a skit type thing. But if you look at the very end, even old girl had to laugh about this when he said this, right? Check this out.
I don't even know you.
Even she had to laugh, even though I know it's a skit. But this is kind of, ladies, the reason why I bring this up, this is the way men feel. This is what it's like for you to ask when y'all are like, oh, well, you got this, you're going to take me here, you're going to flute me out here, blah, 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 right? All that shit, okay? This is exactly what it's like. It's like being in a restaurant, sitting across from a man that you like and asking him to pay for your shit when y'all not even together. This is what it's like. It's a lot. It's a tall order to ask this of any man who don't really know you. Yet and still you expect him to do all this stuff for you. And I don't know if you got, like my gents, they know this already, but you ladies that may not know this, but a third of women surveyed said they go out on these dates for food and drinks, foodie calls, okay? We ain't talked about it in a minute. So why is a man supposed to bank on someone that he know nothing about, especially when a third, we know it's more, but a third of women, the ones who admitted to it, are scamming men just to get free food and drinks? Is that a man's fault? No, that's y'all fault. That's y'all fault for co-signing on this shit. Okay, y'all co-sign other women, which is why women keep doing it. Why women think it's okay to do this to a man. And so men are done. Younger women generally talk about breaking generational curses before they become the middle-aged women stirring the generational curses pot. King, we're going to talk about that in the next video, okay? This is it. I actually have 2 videos or 2 folders. I have 2 folders where I was going to talk about some older women stuff, and now I got this thing with the with these girl power retreats and events, and I'm going to have to find a creative way to retitle the next video such that people don't get it confused with this one, re-thumbnail it, all that stuff. But I think there's an overlap there, and you bring up a good overlap here, right? So I'm going to include those. I think I'm going to combine those 2 video ideas and make it into one video. Only the way TSG can do it, okay? I think I'm going to combine those two. You gave me a great idea for that. Combine older modern women with, there we go. All right, so you gave me an idea how to make my next video just a little bit better, because you're right. You can't talk about helping these younger women and empowering younger women, even the ones who are willing to listen, when you have older women stirring the pot, co-signing on some of the bad behavior. We need to address that. And I think that's a good one. Dang, a foodie call just makes me use. Yeah, bro, them foodie calls, bro. And listen, it's hard for a real man not to want to like pay for a date. You know, not I don't mean like, let me be careful how I say this. Generally, in us men, especially us proud men, especially us older men, um, there's still that little pride in us that we want to still be able to do. But the thing about it is, and this is where even older men have gotten wiser, or at least, you know, we're putting out more game about it. We also don't want to be used either, right? And so there's a delicate balance there. So this is part of that process, my man, that you get to know the person and you have to ask the right questions. You know, it's not enough to be like, oh, yeah, you like this, I like that band too, right? Like, that's not enough. You need to know who and what you're getting into and what they're about. And that requires asking the right questions, you know, and then only time really tells you, you know, who they are, you know. So let's get into our next video. Let's get into the next video. I think this video is important because at those so-called retreats, you know, women talk about the business aspect of it, but you gotta know that they also talk about, you know, what to expect from, you know, they talk about, hey, relationships and men. There's a lot of things that get covered in these retreats, right? So, in kind of what King just said about middle-aged women stirring the generational pot, all right, we're going to listen to this Kendra G clip. And this right here should tell you everything you need to know. That no matter how well you're doing, my brothers, no matter how well you find yourself doing, some of these modern women today are so ungrateful. And they have this mindset. This is the kind of mindset that goes on in these retreats that you're about to hear in this next video clip. And here we go.
Recently, I matched with a doctor on a dating app, and I was just like, you know, I said, you know, what do you do? He's like, I'm a doctor, and he was just like, I was like, okay, so what's your goals? And he was just like, I don't know, I kind of blocked you because, like, what do you mean? What's my goals? Is a doctor not enough? I don't want somebody who's content with where they are. A doctor is being a doctor is amazing. I understand what you guys go through to get there, but why can't you want more? I guess me having 3 jobs shows you that I'm never comfortable with being in one place.
This is unbelievable.
I know I try to tell y'all I'm not going to stop these videos, but we need to stop it right here. Right here, just for, I don't think we'll get much more. Hear me out. Think about how crazy this is. This man is a doctor. So he's gone through, you know, high school. He's gone through college. He's gone through, you know, graduate school. Basically did his doctorate. He also, or medical school. He also probably had to do his residency, right? So these are all the processes along with being a doctor that it takes to be a doctor. And so what is the purpose of a doctor. Let's ask ourselves, if you're going to go through all this schooling, let's be real. For some people, it is about the money. But if you're a doctor, I would hope that the majority of doctors aren't in it just for the money, that they're in it to help people, to save lives. Isn't that reward in itself? You're getting paid for it, right? These doctors are getting paid hand over fist in cash and money. But you have the opportunity to save and repair lives. Is that not a greater reward? Isn't that not enough? You know what I mean? Okay, when you get older, maybe you write some books. Maybe you start doing some TV appearances, but that's not every doctor. There's way too many doctors in hospitals for every doctor to be on TV like Dr. Phil or something, right? Who is a doctor of psychology, whatever, right? So, and then I want you to highlight. So this man is a doctor. Okay? He's a doctor. This woman is Jamaican. Okay? German, I got 2, 3 jobs. You got 1 job. You're the doctor. I got 2, 3 jobs. I'm a cooker, the baker, the candlestick maker. You lazy thing. You lazy thing. Let me take a thing or two. Okay? I'm trying to tell you, man. This woman is like, well, I got 3 jobs. And so I need someone to be on my level. Ladies, make that make sense. Make that make sense. You know what? Matter of fact, let's just do this.
President,
This is
you know
unbelievable.
he a surgeon, and that ain't enough for you.
Stunning.
He's a surgeon. I'm gonna let the dude. I'm gonna let the OG here bring us out.
Absolutely unbelievable. Now, if she was to go to medical school, she probably wouldn't make it through a single semester. She's already working 3 damn jobs. Unbelievable. No wonder there's not a single race of men that are attracted to these hyenas.
Ooh, my God. The doctor spent his life being committed, while this bro committed is to reeling in a man more rich than the doctor. Make it make sense. It don't make sense. A doctor put in a lot of work. Absolutely. Hey, Sean, I see this one lady. This lady is crazy. Oh, man, you guys are great, man. You guys, man, my gents. Retro Big Cat, man, thank you for the sweet yams, man. Being a doctor isn't enough. Time to accept cold hard reality, people. Absolutely. Not one single race of men. Bars, yes. Yes. All great points, man. And this is kind of what I'm trying to show you all. I'm trying to show you all the aspect of these movements where it's never enough for these women. But we're not done, okay? We're not done, right? We are not done. I want you to hear this one. So in one instance, you had a woman now talk about this dude who's a doctor isn't good enough. He could have been a lawyer, maybe not good enough. What do you want to? Oh, see, a lawyer would have had maybe a different answer. Oh, right now I'm a lawyer, and then maybe I'll go be a district attorney, and then maybe from there I'll be a judge, and then maybe from there I'll run for Congress or the Senate, and maybe one day I'll be president. Okay, it sounds like this is the kind of mindset that she or what she wanted to hear. Okay, then we have the other side. That we have these women who start off as very independent. I don't need no man. I'm going to do it my way. I have to come up hard. I got to do it myself. But then the truth comes out of their mouth. And that's what the next video clip is going to reveal to us. Check it out.
I do not want a poor man.
Why don't you want a poor man? Because you want him to, quote, provide for you, correct?
Because I've been taking care of everything my whole life, the financial burden of...
The financial burden.
Yeah.
You want him to take off the financial burden, right?
Yes.
So if you want him to take off the financial burden, how much do you want? At least half, right?
Yes.
What do you think compensates him for eliminating 50% of the financial burden that you have that he's not responsible for?
She's not going to get it. She's not going to get it. We'll come back to this, but she's not going to get it.
It's not that I'm trying to give him half of my financial burden, but...
Literally, you are trying to give him half of your financial burden. What
Ma'am,
are you
just said
talking
that.
about? How are you not?
I'm looking for a partner, and I'm looking for somebody that has the same goals and that wants the same thing too. They want their best friend.
Hold up. I'm going to stop him. I need to stop him because I don't want him to get ahead of what we need to talk about. Okay? I don't want him to get ahead of what we need to talk about right here. Ladies, if you don't get it, gents, ladies and gents, let's look at this. Let's look at this objectively. You have this woman who apparently looks older than these other young girls around her. She still look pretty good. Not gonna hold her. But this is what's happening. Women get into their 30s, and then now they start getting post-wall, and then now they want, after they did this independent shit by themselves the whole time, then they want a man to come along and they want a partner. Ladies, let me tell you this, right? In your head, you may say partner, and to you, it sounds like, hey, this is what it should be a good thing. We should be some partner. We should be partnering together. And now I want to say the partner thing that y'all tell yourself is another speak from this girl power bullshit. Okay, it's more of that girl power speak that you all are co-signing on. Here's the reason why: because men don't want to be your goddamn partner. They want wives. Do you have wife qualities? I don't give a damn about being a partner with you. All right? And a lot of men feel the exact same way. We say partner with you because we're adopting your speak to modernize the way we talk. But let's be real. Let's be real. I don't need you to be my damn partner. I need you to be my wife. If I needed a partner, I'll go into business with somebody. Me being there for you has nothing to do with my finances. It shouldn't. It shouldn't for you. It should for me. Okay? It should, as a man, as a real man, it will affect you. It should affect you if you can't do stuff for your woman. And I'm not talking about buying her these goddamn purses and buying her nails and fluting her out and getting her hair done. No, that don't make you a man. Hell, that don't even make them women. You know, they got dudes walking around with the same little hair stuff and nails, and they walking around here, right? They're women. At least that's what they call themselves. They're women. You guys acknowledge them as a women. We are to acknowledge them as women, if that's what they want to be called. They got hair, nails, and all that stuff. That does not make you a wife. Now, let's address the other elephant in the room, and I'll get to some of these comments before we move on. She wants a man who is doing it by himself. Let's go take that doctor, for instance. Okay? There's a reason why I put these two clips together. This woman, the last woman, was knocking on the man because he was a doctor and he needed to aspire for higher. Where this woman worked 3 jobs, and that wasn't good enough. This woman is saying, that would be fine, but I need help. I would like him to assume half of my financial obligations. Now, I'm about to land this plane because let's make this make sense. Why? If I have 100% of my money, right? Hear me out. This is the argument that a lot of these women make on the 50-50 argument. Hear me out. This is the argument that you make. This woman right here, I'm assuming, wants a man that makes more money than she does. Because this is what you all go for, ladies. You all are hypergamous. You want the man to be making more than you. And so this dude is supposed to take half of his money and he is supposed to be in a partnership. Why does he need you? Why does he need you? Oh, don't worry, I'll wait. Don't worry, I'll wait. It don't make no sense. If that's all you're looking for. Now, I'm going to back this thing up and we're going to listen. We're going to listen to her again because nothing in here says that she's looking to be a wife.
I do not want a poor man.
Why don't you want a poor man? Because you want him to, quote, provide for you, correct?
Because I've been taking care of everything my whole life, the financial burden of...
The financial burden.
Yeah.
You want him to take off the financial burden, right?
Yes.
So if you want him to take off the financial burden, how much do you want? At least half, right?
Yes.
What do you think compensates him for eliminating 50% of the financial burden that you have that he's not responsible for?
It's not that I'm trying to give him half of my financial burden, but...
Literally, you are trying to give him half of your financial burden. What are you talking about? How are you not?
I'm looking for a partner, and I'm looking for somebody that has the same goals and that wants the same thing too. They want their best friend.
How are you not trying to give this man 50% of your financial burden he's not actually responsible for currently, but in the future he will be based on your choices?
But
right?
that isn't that what marriage is?
Did you hear that? Isn't that what marriage is? Isn't that what marriage is? Ladies, in that one thing she said right here, I really, y'all gotta bear with me on this. We need to hammer this point home because we hear it too much.
50% of your financial burden he's not actually responsible for currently, but in the future he will be based on your choices.
But
right?
isn't that what marriage is?
Isn't that what marriage is? Nowhere in there did she talk about what she could provide to that man. Again, what is it that you are going to give to that man that is going to have him have to come up with at least 50%, if not more, of the financial obligations of the relationship? What does he get for that? Don't worry, I'll wait. Still waiting. Most women, and this is a harsh reality that a lot of modern women need to get, a lot of men don't get much for what they're expected. What I'm saying is, when you look at, I hear women all the time, and you all have seen the clips where women will say, well, it's women who get the short end of marriage because she has to cook and clean and this, that, and the third, blah, 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 right? So the man is winning, okay? What us men want compared to what we get, especially as marriage goes on for some years, what we get in return for being married to a woman, aside from those things, like, listen, if a woman stopped cooking and stopped cleaning, whatever, and a dude had to be out on his own, guess what? He's either going to be a bum or he will do a minimum amount of cleaning or, whatever he feels is necessary for him to survive. Or he can pay a woman to do that, okay? He could pay a woman to come clean his house once a week, especially in the scenario if it's the doctor, okay? He could pay someone to come over and do that. So why does he need to do that for you? It'll cost him less to do that. And then I have showed on this channel, there's an article in Psychology Today that I showed on this channel where after about 5 years of marriage, more than half of relationships become relationless. Clapping them cheeks is done. It's not happening. It's done. So Now I've been providing all this time. I don't get as much relations, right? Um, um, okay, you might clean some stuff, but I take care of the cars and the maintenance. And, when the lawn needs to get cut and when shit breaks, I fix that. That doesn't get talked about enough. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that a relationship shouldn't have a balance where maybe your man not making as much as he needs to right now, but you supporting him and rubbing his head and being there for him will allow him to be able to elevate, right? We elevate. Look, I'm going to give y'all ladies credit. A lot of men elevate when they have the right woman in their life because she's that support system that he needs. We need each other. Don't get it twisted. We need each other. But your average man, and a lot of men today aren't really even going for high as they could go. You know why? Because they don't need to. A lot of them have checked out of the dating game and they don't need as much money. A lot of them have checked out of the dating game and they're not even going out anymore. So now they're saving money. They're not spending all the money on you females anymore. They're not trying to impress y'all no more. So it don't take as much money. Women's ambition is like, why would a man not aspire for more? And the reason why we think totally differently. You all are thinking like, well, if I make more money, I can flew out on more trips. I can buy the best hair and the best nails and the best clothes. And your mindset is completely capitalistic and completely materialistic. So when you have women like this who try to sell us, this is why the men aren't buying the marriage BS, because you sell us on this.
Him half of my financial burden, but
Literally, you are trying to give him half of your financial burden. What are you talking about? How are you not?
I'm looking for a partner, and I'm looking for somebody that has the same goals and that wants the same thing too. They want their best friend.
They want their best friend. Why do I have to pay half my money to have a best friend? I got best friends. I got all kind of friends. I ain't got to give half my money to be friends with them. Do you see what I'm saying? Y'all say this shit, ladies, but your actions, modern women's actions, do not reflect exactly what the hell that they're saying. And that's why I harped on this one point, because this is a huge point. This is one of those points that we can't get past. Now, again, I'm not trying to make this a discussion on 50-50 because it has its moments, right? Yes, there is an opportunity for some women to, hey, I'm paying 100% of this, and me and my man can go half and half, and we're actually helping each other. And we're no longer paying 100% of the burdens. That I actually get. I don't want y'all to get it twisted on what I'm saying to you all. That makes sense. I am talking about the hypergamous nature of women that wants a man that is making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year, and they want him to take away half, if not all, of their financial responsibilities. Is that man capable of doing that? Yes. Should he do that? Questionable. Questionable. Right? What does he get? He doesn't have to marry you to get that. A man making $250,000 a year, hell, a man making $150,000 a year and single, no kids, no child support. Why would he have to do that? He literally can pay for a maid. He can pay for some booty. He can basically, and he ain't got to deal with somebody constant belly aching and moaning and they issues and they messiness and all this support shit y'all need to keep yourself up. It is the girl power effingest movement that have gotten y'all away from knowing what your true purpose and role is supposed to be. I am not trying to put women back in the kitchen. I am not. I am saying to you that a lot of men today are just as capable of being in the kitchen. A lot of men today are capable and willing to cook dinner at night. So this BS about that's what the only thing a man wants y'all for, that is crap. Because the good men out here are in that kitchen cooking too. Don't get it twisted. None of the dudes I roll with aren't willing to cook when they have a woman, or aren't willing to pay for the meal to go out if that's how you live your life. You're on eating on the go all the time. I don't know any man like that. At least none that are really close to me. Okay, I don't know that. I don't know dudes like that, or at least I don't hang out with them in on a regular basis. I just don't know that. Let's see what you guys got to say about this. Sorry I went on that little rant, but we need to talk about that. God dang, you guys went all the way in on that one. Okay. There's that partner talk again. Exactly, King. She looks well, yeah, but really, she's on the downslide at 30. Yeah, no, she look. I'm gonna put it back on her. She don't look bad, but she is. You can look at her face. Look, you can look here. Now look at the young lady next to her. There is a clear age difference if you look at this. Now, I'm not saying she don't look good, but she don't look young and supple like this. That's young and supple, okay? That little thing right next to her, that's suppleness, okay? Tenderness. But she still look good. Not gonna hate on it. So many women I've known, I want to be an equal partner, but only with someone much more capable and accomplished than I. And then Steve, perfect. That was the other point I didn't get a chance to make. And we're going to talk about that in the next video I make. So I don't want to get too deep into some of these points. But here it is, that if you are expecting a man to be more accomplished, more capable, to be out there getting it, like the last woman said, hey, I want a doctor, but I want him to aspire more. You want to be an equal partner with someone that you want to have all of the responsibility, right? But none of the authority. Do you understand? You want them to have all the responsibility, but no authority. How is that a leader? Let's Steve, that's a great point. I want to put this in perspective. I want y'all to think about, should I use this example? Let's use this example. The President of the United States. This has nothing to do with any type of political party, so please don't put that shit in my chat or comments. I'm talking about the office of the President of the United States, okay? When we cannot have a president that we cannot hold accountable. You cannot have any leader. Let's go to the military. Shit, I went to the presidency. We could have just went to the military, right? The captain of my boat. Yeah, that's a perfect example because he has people above him. Perfect. The captain of my boat, any particular boat. This man is tasked with maintaining and keeping operating at an efficient level our nuclear submarines, right? That's just a nuclear submarine. Now, you cannot have that man be responsible for all the things he's responsible for and all the 149 other people that he's responsible for and have no authority. Because if he has no authority and no one listens, then he's going to have mayhem on the boat. The boat won't be able to operate efficiently if he doesn't have the authority to be able to make decisions, to be able to hold people accountable. It won't work. Matter of fact, the reason you do not hear about more sunken submarines and lost crew members is because Each captain is empowered with not only the responsibility, right? He has the authority. And when something goes right, he gets praised. And when something gets wrong, he's held accountable. Ladies, this is how you are operating. You want to be the captain of a submarine vessel. These families, this society. You want all the responsibilities, right? Or sorry, you want all the authority without the responsibility. You want authority without responsibility, and you for sure in hell don't want to be held accountable. There's a problem with that. It cannot work. It does not work. I've been in the Navy long enough, and if you're in there long enough, you'll see captains being relieved of their duties, right? You'll see people get relieved of their duties. Hell, I messed up at one point, and I got in trouble. You know what I mean? It's hard to be in something for 20 years or more and not go through one of those hard points. But the thing is, are you willing to take accountability of what you messed up on, where you went wrong? And y'all don't want to do that. So this is not a partnership. Hold on, let me I got a super chat. Hold on real quick. Let me get my super chat. Is it Kana? Did I say that right? Oh, let's go. Oh, Melissa. Okay, let's go, Melissa. Okay. Many women are refusing to open their eyes, but this mindset is paper thin. As long as men keep poking holes in it, it will eventually crumble. Love you, men. Thank you all for your grace. Melissa, thank you so much. Thank you very much for the $10 super chat. And give me a second, because that you just made me realize I didn't put my tickler there. If you want to be a sponsor of tonight's video and get your comments priority read, then a super chat of any amount will suffice. It helps support the show, especially when I'm starting to go on my rants that get me demonetized. You know, sorry, it happens. It happens. Let me get you down there, Melissa. Thank you so much for being tonight's first sponsor. Okay. And while I'm speaking on it, for my members, right, for the price of a cup of coffee a month, you could become a member of the channel where we have members only videos. I just put one out yesterday, I believe. And so if you're not aware of that and you're a member, brand new members only video out. And we'll get to that. Okay. I'm going to have to speed through some of these because it's a lot of comments. Okay. All right. Melissa says, amen. Cool. So once they divorce, she doesn't get anything. And that's the other thing. Thank you, Gregory, for that one. So it's okay. See, you can't say in one breath, I want a partnership, right? But you want the person to take on all the risk. And then if the partnership dissolves, they assume all the risk. Why would any man, I ain't say any man, why would any sane person accept those type of risk? That's not even a good deal. I mean, think of it. Think of it from a business standpoint. Marriage is a horrible deal for the party that has the most to lose. Because women are starting to see it too, right? Some of these women starting to get hit up in divorce court, and go look at the comments with the women under those type of videos. Go look at the comments. The women are like, oh, I can't believe he gonna want $16,000 a month. He should be ashamed of himself. So should you. So should you. Any woman sitting there trying to like pretty much break the bank, get married to get divorced to get somebody money, you don't deserve shit. Now, again, I don't want to go too deep in this, but if you've been a stay-at-home mother, a man made you a stay-at-home mother to raise your kids, I don't think you should go totally empty either. But if you initiate that divorce, you don't deserve shit. You're the one breaking up the contract. Where are we at? I saw a clip of a gym of a woman with a baby and a man the other day that said it would only take $30K for her family to be happy. Wow, that is a gym. That 53-year-old woman sound goofy, y'all. 53. To clarify, she said she was talking about covering their minimum overhead and being a happy family. Listen, it's going to take more than 30 to be okay, but to your point, to her, it's not about the money. If we can make each other happy. Yo, dang it, Sean, see, I missed the bus again. Nope, you're here. Thank you for being here, Preston. Salute to you. A coworker once claimed, if I only had $1,000, I would have no problem. If you can't manage to get $1,000, there's something very wrong with you. Yeah, so, you know, I'm just keep reading. What's up, Preston? All right, y'all all talking with each other. Getting alerted to marriage these days is falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Oh, why you gonna make me have to do that? Why you gonna make me?
Yeah. We're not gonna fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
You're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
Oh, that made my day. That made my day. Oh, the banana in the tailpipe is exactly what modern women are getting due to Tyronius carousel from hell. Preston is in the house, y'all. We be down with it, Holmes. Riley making that paper. Oh, that cheddar. Friends, how many of us have them? Oh, sorry, the song. Friends. I'm going to get copyrighted. Bro, I've been chilling by myself for the past 5 years, and I was able to pay off all my debts and retire myself early from the club, a.k.a. the Pentagon. Nice. You know what's funny there, brother? That's exactly what I'm working on right now. Like, I'm waiting to make basically I can have all my credit cards paid off in, today's the 8th, I believe, 7th or 8th. And I'm waiting till like right around the 15th to make it the payment off, because I think the 18th is when the credit bureaus report. So I'm waiting, right? And then so that way it on that next cycle it boosts. It'll give me a credit boost, right? And I'll be back over 800 again. And so I'm on the same plan you are, brother. I'm on the same plan, and I'm just chilling, bro. Like I'm like, yo, I'm saving. I have a budget for me to be able to do the things I like while putting away for the shit I want to do in the future. And that's literally where you need to be at as a man. All right. It's never about 50-50, more like 95, 90, 90-10 split or 9. Is there something else missing? A lot of men are single nowadays because we are tired of feeling unappreciated. Yep. And that's a huge reason. We'll get there. I know because I was with one for 4.5 years. She took everything I did for her for granted. Absolutely. And ladies, this is how men are feeling. They are feeling like they've been taken for granted, right? That 40-some looking 20-some-year-old got Sean wound the F up. I ain't gonna say nothing about that. Thurman, thank you for being here. Question: if women move into our homes, are they then responsible for paying half of my bills? We men need to stop moving into these women's homes. Yep, I agree with that. I agree. Listen, I understand why some men do it. I do. And if you're going to do that, then you need to be like, you shouldn't be hindering that woman. Does that make sense? Like, it's one thing to get back on your feet, but it's another thing that you're just completely being a pookie and milking off of a woman. So don't be that type of dude. We all need help sometimes. Women need help, men need help too. Okay. But we should be the type of men that we got our own shit. We should. And I know everything is difficult these days, but that's an excuse. Okay. That's an excuse. If you can't get it to where you're on your own, and look, I totally get it. Some brothers will stay at their parents or with their friends to save money. If you're doing that and you stacking your cheese, that's a smart plan. I ain't gonna hate on a smart plan. But if you're doing it because you ain't trying, or man, it's hard out here, and you ain't doing everything you could. Kevin Samuels said the same thing, man. If you're not fucking busting your ass to get to where you don't have to be struggling no more and you can't take care of yourself, then you're not working hard enough, brother. And then the problem isn't these women, then the problem is you. And some people may not want to hear that, but that's the reality. We're men, okay? On this channel, we're gents. I ain't expecting all the gents to be perfect, but I'm saying that if you're a part of this channel and you're a part of what we're about, then you should be the type of man that's working on being the best version of you, period. I've said that from day one. If you don't like that, don't rock with me, okay? Because I do believe that as a man. I do. Melissa says, thank you. 50-50, guys. Danny G, I saw a video about a guy trash other guys for wanting women to go 50-50. Yep, I've seen those too. What's in that cup, TSG? This Basil Hayden is taking me where I'm trying to go. No, I'm not doing Basil. I'm not doing any liquor tonight. Hold up. Yup. This is that grape drink, baby. This is that grape drink, okay? If y'all don't know, some of y'all may commonly refer to this grape drink, purple drink, right? This is what I'm sipping on tonight. And it's damn good. Not gonna lie. All right, let's move on to the next video. Okay. Yeah, okay. This is a different conversation, but it's part of this. It's part of this girl power movement thought, okay? And this is having to do with kids and how we have this discussion about children. Check it out.
Why is the message always blame the brown woman for the child not doing what the child should be doing?
Ask me. I got time today. First, let's start off with your caption, right? Because I haven't seen not one white T woman say that the white man has no value in the home. And second of all, don't y'all get custody 90% of the time of the kids? How the hell are you going to blame somebody that wasn't even there? And third of all, whenever a man offers to help you with your child, what do you all always say to him? My baby, my child, right? Not our child, my baby. That's what you all say, right? Okay, just checking. Your caption says we have no value in the household. So we left. You all have more exposure and time with the children than we do. But let's not forget, you all though are those big, strong, and independent women too. The thing is, independent people, they own their own mistakes. Yeah, so if it's our fault, the truth is you're not independent and you're not as strong as you claim to be.
Ooh.
But you said that we are of no value to you.
So, listen, I'm not going to make the same talking points that I normally do about this. I just want to highlight one thing about this. Ladies, you can't have it both ways, okay? You can't, in one hand, tell us that we're not useful for anything, then get mad when men don't stick around in the homes. Or you make the man feel like he's not important in his child's life or being around for his kids or anything like that. If you are any type of woman that does that or has done that, all right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that people can change. But if you've done that and you have this mentality, do not be surprised when you're raising that kid by yourself. You can only tell a person so long that they're not needed and they're not wanted, and they're going to feel not needed and not wanted. And when people feel not needed, not wanted, they don't stick around. Like no sane person sticks around places where they don't feel needed or wanted. right? When we were in school, when we were younger, and some of you guys may have not been able to play with the other kids, all right? I wasn't that kid. I was always outgoing. So I always got to play with all the kids always wanted to play with me. They always wanted me playing on the team. But that's not here the point, okay? The point being is if you was that kid that was ever on the outside looking in, and I've been there, okay? I think that everybody goes through it at some point, okay? You know, like you getting picked for basketball and you don't get picked, right? All right, we're about to run 5-on-5 and you're on the outside looking in. Okay. Everybody gets rejected at some point. You don't continue to hang around that shit. Now, the difference between waiting on the basketball court is, okay, I may not get picked up on this 5-on-5, but if I hang out long enough, somebody gonna pick me up. Okay. And that's exactly what happens. I mean, think about it. You don't be wanting your baby daddy around. You tell him he nothing, he can't be with his kid, you don't need him, and then get mad when some other team pick him up. You didn't want him, but some other team pick him up, and now you pissed. Ain't that something? See how I just made that analogy, just roll with that one? God dang, man. Oh, let's see what y'all got. Let's see what y'all got. I'm going to need a drink dealing with dumbass people. Steve says, women claim I can raise a child by myself until the kid fails. Yes. Then his daddy wasn't around to do the job. Right. And this goes back into what I said. The submarine captain don't get to blame nobody if hear me and hear me well. If the child is being raised by predominantly you as a woman, regardless why the man isn't in the picture, the child is being predominantly raised by you, then the buck stops with you. You don't get to say this person wasn't here. I told y'all all the time, when I was a chief and I had to turn over with my counterpart, once I took on the mantle and that person left, I don't get to say, well, so-and-so did that when they was here and it was messed up then. No. If I didn't catch that mistake before I took on the responsibility, it is now my problem. I get yelled at for it, even though someone else may have done it, been a part of it. It's taking accountability for the responsibilities that I took on. I have to be accountable for that. And a lot of women today, or these single mothers, baby mamas, don't want to take accountability when they get checked. You can't blame men for it, yet you all are fighting right now for the power to have the choice over your own body. Does a man, hear me out. And this is not me trying to get political. I'm just this goes into this whole talk. I'm okay with whatever happens, okay? Whatever y'all choose, keep it, get rid of it. I don't care, right? I don't care. What I do care about is that you're going to hold me accountable when you have that type of choice of power. I don't have a choice over my money, but you get to choose to get rid of a life or keep it. I don't care what gets ruled on. I will say this. I don't think my money should be ruled on if you get that type of choice. That's a very controversial statement. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Your boy shook up the whole table. I forget how heavy I am sometimes. All right. That's a controversial statement, but it only makes sense. The buck stops with you. You don't get to do that. And men are just done with that shit anyway. Men want a family with kids. Women want a paycheck. Yeah. So if misery loves catastrophe city, then what loves accountability more than a CPU malfunction? Preston. Preston, I don't even know how to answer that shit, bro. Oh, let's get to this next video clip.
That's why relationships don't work no more. Don't nobody stay together that long no more.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because it's a money thing. Yeah.
It's all our money, what he been doing for me or what he do for me, what you bitch, listen, that ain't how this shit supposed to start. I don't care how much money God blesses you with. Man, I love women, bro, and I know we ain't nothing without a female.
Facts.
But, bro,
see, men will admit that. Men are admitting, hey, we need women. Why is there so many women out there saying that they don't need men? Huh? Makes you wonder.
You can't keep letting them think that they run shit. Bitch, you don't run nothing. We can't keep being scared, bro. Paying bills for no reason. Buying bags and all this shit cost $4,000-$5,000. Bitch, if you want it, you buy it.
Yeah.
Period. But if you a good girl and you deserve certain shit, hey, niggas ain't saying, cause you got to look out.
But you got guys out here buying that kind of stuff, Jody. I mean, that's where the problem is. I don't think it's the women.
Certain women, bro, they was born to be a certain type of way. Period. Like if you come from a certain background, you are a certain kind of woman. You know what I mean? That's what make them different. You got tricks who give money to bitches and they gonna take it, but you also got women who not finna take that.
Right.
Offering money makes you look lame.
Yeah. Yeah, like, listen. He's not totally wrong about the offering them money make you look lame. But I also can understand from some men's standpoint, like Sean, hey, I'm not built like you, and I don't have, money like this and like you, and I'm not tall like you, and I can hear all these excuses, right? Like, yo, you do all these, you got all this stuff. But let me say this, right? Yeah, you're right, right? You're not built like me, but ain't nobody talk about how for the past more than 20 plus years that I've been consistently in the gym, consistently working on getting my body right and stuff like that. So miss me with that because I put in the time. And then the height. Yeah, okay, can't do nothing about the height. But I also had to deal with the fact when before I put on and bulked up, like I was skinny, I was slim, I was all these things. Women didn't want to talk to me because I was too skinny. Now it's like these dudes nowadays are skinny as hell. Can't even keep, their clothes don't even stay up on their body. They so skinny, okay? But I'm saying that back in the day, used to get clowned for that. I had to go through that, and I had to overcome that. So miss me with that one. And then as far as money, miss me with that, man. Like, I fucking work hard. You know what I mean? Like, again, I've put in a lot of time to be where I'm at today. I ain't made no excuses. I've been homeless 3 times. All right? So why do I bring that up? This ain't about bragging about Sean. This is trying to make a point. We're men. We ain't got time to sit here and make no damn excuses for why we aren't where we want to be. If you want to be, hey, I want to stay middle tier. I'm good what I'm doing. I'm happy where I'm at. That's on you, and that's fine. If that's your choice, that is fine. I even tell women that. If you choose to do this, that, and the third, that's fine. But when you come into this realm of blaming men, talking about I can't find no man, there ain't no good men, now you done crossed over into my realm. Yo, if you over there just doing your thing, talking your shit, I don't care. I don't care. It don't affect us. But when you start talking and shitting on regular men, right? When you start doing that, then you come to my house. We ain't gonna make no excuses, right? Actually, that should be a t-shirt. No fucking excuses. Right? We need a gents no excuse t-shirt. We done. 2024, man. It's about to be 2025, bro. No excuses. No excuses. A lot of us older gents didn't even have the internet back in the day. A lot of those older dudes had to, this is gonna sounds cliche as hell, but we had to walk to the library or catch the bus or whatever way, man, ride a bike, whatever, right? Like we had to, bro. We got too much, bro. Bro, I'm sitting here with multiple phones and my actual phone. I got these other little travel burner phones and stuff like that, right? That's how privileged we are. I used to remember being happy. Y'all remember them cordless phones back in the day? And like, where the cordless phone? And you press the bass and the bass beat to try to find the phone. Like, yo, just having one of those in the house with 2 cordless phones was amazing back in the day. So we got to be the best that we can be, bro. No excuses on that shit. But with that being said, the reason why we feel the way we do, ladies, right, is because if I take the time to work on myself, you think that we're going to accept the BS type of excuses? For you guys who are late to the party, let me play this clip for y'all again so you can see how ridiculous modern women sound. Now, I didn't work hard on myself, and this is the kind of appreciation that men get.
Recently, I matched with a doctor on a dating app, and I was just like, I said, what do you do? He's like, I'm a doctor. And he was just like, I said, okay, so what's your goals? He was just like, I don't know, I kind of blocked you because, like, what do you mean what's my goals? Is a doctor not enough? I don't want somebody who's content with where they are. A doctor is being a doctor is amazing. I understand what you guys go through to get there, but why can't you want more? I guess me having 3 jobs shows you that I'm never comfortable with being in one place.
This is unbelievable.
You need to run for the president.
This is unbelievable.
That ain't enough for you.
That's good enough. He already a surgeon, and that's not good enough for some of these women. Really make it make sense. Make that shit make sense. Let me catch some of these comments real quick. Did I miss something, Melissa? Did I miss a comment from you? I see you have like women. Did I miss something? I have a cow worker who bought a large MK bag to put her small MK bag in so the other girls could see she had one. She also whines that she can't pay her bills. You know, Steve, there's an actual passage in the Bible, and it talks about people who, when it comes to giving to the collection plate, right? Some people want to be like, oh, look at this, look at my money. I want you to see me. I want you to see me take this money, and I want you to see me put it in the collection plate. Yeah, did you see how much I put in there? Right? You know what the Bible says in those cases? It says that person got their reward. If you want to be seen, you got your reward. But the Bible talks about being a person that your right hand don't see what the left hand did, right? See, the right hand don't see what the left hand did already. When it comes to being a giver or a tither or whatever, right? You don't, that's exactly what that is to me. She done bought this purse. I can't afford it, but I want it to be seen. And it's like, there's more important things in life than that shit. You know what I mean? And we've lost, as a society, we've just lost ourselves in this fucking hyper capitalism. We really have. Women have the biggest entity with the largest budget in the world, Uncle Sugar, aka the federal government backing them. This is the main reason they feel they don't need a man. Yeah. And I have a clip where we're going to talk about some of that here in the future, or in a little bit. You're absolutely right, Sean. We always think logically while modern women living in loony baloney fantasy. Sadly, today's DRM, dating, relationship, marriage, are all about money nowadays. Yeah. Shit, I go back to the house phone and pay phone to talk to, and the pay phone to talk to women. You all are very reasonable. Women need to wake up and stop trying to find yourself. Yeah. Listen, I think that I try to be balanced in what I'm saying, but let's be realistic about something. The reason why that we talk about it from the angle that we talk about it is because really and truly right now, if we're being 100% honest, women control the dating and the relationship market. They do not control the marriage market, but they control the dating and the relationship market. Now, once a woman gets married, she does control the marriage because Uncle Sam does there is more benefit to a lot of women getting married than men. There are even men that I have heard of that when they got split from their wife, they could have gotten spousal support and all the stuff, and they were like, "I'm good. I just want to dissolve this thing." How many women would have done that? So, as much as we talk about what modern women say, actions, behaviors, that's really just to kind of give game to people. Also to open up and illuminate the eyes of women seeing this too, to see it from our perspective and how we're talking about it. But make no mistake about it. As far as being a gent, I'm not saying that we all, hey, we got to be perfect right now. We're a work in progress. But as a gent, you should always be trying to be on your purpose, being on your purpose, reaching and achieving your goals so you can live your best life. And I've stood on that. Even when this channel was in flux, I've always said that from the very beginning. It's the hallmark and foundation of this channel, right? To be a gent, okay? So thank you. Thank you for that. That's exactly the problem. People rely too much on technology and ruin interactions with humans. That is hookup culture. Instagram and OFs also killed it. No. I mean, damn, would she want him to come up with the cure for cancer? I mean, that would be great. This man is already a surgeon. Melissa said, right? Just because you think you found the perfect bag doesn't mean it don't have a faulty price tag. That's true. That is true. And that's going to bring me to my next point in the conversation. Since we read enough of those comments, it brings me into this next thing. Listen. Oh, sorry. I didn't want to bring him up yet. When you are a man that has dealt with enough women, right? Grew up with women in your life. Maybe you've had some relationships. Maybe you've been married once or twice. I've lived in 10 different states. I've been to 40 of the states, been all around. I've driven across the top, across the bottom, up both coasts, and through the middle of this country. I've been all over, and I've been to different countries as well, okay? When I think about America, okay, when I think about what's going on between men and women, and then particularly black men, black women, people of color, that kind of thing, not to exclude my white brothers and sisters, but you got to understand the experiment was done on us, which is matriculating to everything, right? I've talked about this many times, that a lot of women don't know what they want. And they think they know what they want. What they're saying sounds good, but the action shows something else. And I've made that point multiple videos, and I will continue to hammer that home. But we're going to listen to it from this one man's mouth. Check this out.
I am convinced, and I have a valid opinion on this topic because I've been on both sides. I've been in the streets, and now I consider myself to be a decent dude. And I know how women treated me when I was in the street versus how women treat me now. And let me tell you something. The majority of women in this world do not want to date, marry, or get to know a decent man. The majority of women in this world are so backwards. What they want is a build-a-bear situation. Because if a dude come already stable, ready to lead and be everything that you've been praying for, the first thought is, why me? The next thought is, it's too good to be true. So what it is, you would rather a man come with all the red flags that you would rather ignore. You know why? Because you want to be a man's mama. You want that man to feel like he needs you, and there's no other option out here that will treat him better than you. But see, that's the wrong mindset to have, because you're trying to make sure a man is dependent on you. You want to really bring that man into submission to who you are. That's why so many women feel like a baby could keep a man. But see, I find it very weird when a man comes into a woman's life that clearly demonstrate and show he can lead you. He can be there emotionally. He can be there financially. He can be there mentally. He's there spiritually. You self-sabotage and run that man off every single time. I am convinced that it's best to be a both.
I'm going to have to use this video clip again in the future because I have been sitting, not sitting on a video, but a concept of a video, and I tried to do it once, and this is before the channel really started taking off. But I did a concept of a video once, and it didn't do so well. But I think I want another crack at it. What this man said in this last video clip is exactly the premise of what I was going to say in a video that I was thinking of months ago. I'm talking about maybe even closer to a year ago. And it's, is it better to be a bum? And the short answer is no. Okay. It's the same talk I just had about, hey, we're gents on this channel. We hold ourselves differently. We aspire for more. We aspire to be different than the rest of any average man. That's the goal, right? Whether we get there or not, that's not the point. The point is what we aspire to do and what our actions, what our actions are saying that we're doing. That's the difference here. Okay. Now, I might still make that video. As a matter of fact, where's my pen? Because I need to write this down. Should men be bums? Short answer is no. On the video, obviously, I'm gonna make the video like I normally do, where it's gonna be a little ambiguous to what the real answer is. But the short answer is no. Okay, I don't believe that. Okay. Now, when you see the video come out, y'all support that shit, okay? And know that we talked about it right here, okay? But let's just, it's something I just wanted to pinpoint. The self-sabotage of a lot of modern women. God damn, that's a good title too. All right, sorry. When I be having ideas, I like to write them down, okay? So, the self-sabotage of modern women. One of the things he talked about is when women get a man who would do all the things and be all the things that she say that she wants. It's like it's too good to be true, but more so, this mindset, this girl power mindset, have women thinking the only way for me not to experience bad things in my life is to be able to control these situations. And I'm gonna link this to something. Just put a pin in that, okay? I gotta control this situation. So it's almost like they want a man that they need to work on, because, and I showed this in a previous clip in another video, that the woman was like, if I don't feel like I can contribute to this man, then why does he need me? I mean, think about that. Think about how powerful that statement is, like a revelation is. If I can't help him, he won't need me. And it's like, why do you think you having to build a man up is the only way for him to need you? Bear with me on this. If you are doing your duty as a wife, not trying to be this man's mama, not trying to control this man, not trying to be his partner, okay? Stop using these fucking words. Stop doing that shit, okay? Let's just eliminate those words, all these newfangled words, because it makes people feel better. Stop trying to do all that shit and learn what it is to be a wife to a man. Then you don't have to try to control him. You'll be able to rest in your femininity, and hopefully, if he is the man that's doing what he's supposed to do, you will allow him to be, I can say allow him to be. His masculinity will be made more perfect. But we want to do things out of order. We want to do things out of discipline. We want to listen to what our wisdom tells us instead of what real wisdom tells us. And we wonder why things are all screwed up. This is a very powerful video, and so I don't want to get too much deeper into it, because I think that I could use this for more content later, and because it has some really valid points, and I would like to further get into those. So before we move on, let's see what you guys are talking about. I already read that. Self-sabotage. Self-sabotage. The bars keep coming. Yes, they do. We are different, and that's exactly what makes us unique. Preston, that is a whole nother subject that I think I need to highlight a little bit more in my videos. The differences that make us unique also makes us stronger. I really wish I could get deeper into that. But just know those are bars. Lo siento, manito. Acabo de llegar. ¿Cómo están ustedes esta noche? Okay. So he says he's sorry. He got here late. How is everyone doing tonight? Okay. We good, man. Good to see you, brother O. Again, this is one of my moderators, one of my good friends. We chat all the time and everything like that. Make sure you go over to Speak Spanish Now. You're going to get some great lessons. Listen, brother O just came out with a video on his channel. Rest in peace to the late, great Dikembe Mutombo. One of the things that was highlighted in brother O's video was how Dikembe Mutombo knew like 8 or 9 languages. And he talks about in that video how powerful language learning is. Go subscribe to brother O's channel, and even just watching a video a day will help you to improve your Spanish, okay? Of course, you can never teach someone who doesn't want to change. That's true. Damn, you balling, Sean, with that Spanish. Ya te veo. I already see you. I already see. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Or learn, yeah. Look, no, man. I would tell you, brother O, and for my audience, just quick sidebar. My Spanish is never better than when I'm out of the country. Hear me out. It might suck for the first 12 hours, right? I might get tongue-tied when I'm out here in the street sometimes. But for some reason, when I am out of the country and I have to interact with people that I know little to no English at all, it's almost like a switch clicks in my head, and then I'm able to function. Takes me a little bit to get rolling, but once I do, I'm like, I'm good. Do I know everything? No, but man, I can go and laugh with these people, right? When me and my girl went for my birthday this year, we went to Mexico. We went to Mexico. She just stood back and was like, yo, you're just rolling with these people. I'm like, right? I hadn't been to Mexico in 2 years. And so in that time, I still was studying Spanish. So when I went back, the little bit I thought I knew so much more. So much more. And I still have a lot to learn. So go over to Brother O's channel. Go on and get them lessons. That's free. Go and get them lessons, and he going to tighten you up. Okay? That's facts for everyone, Brody. Yep, exactly. Let's get on to our next clip. What time is this? Gotta see what time we're rolling with. Okay, we still doing good on time? Yep, we're still doing good on time. Okay. Now, this next video clip it's a little bit longer, but it's what I talked about earlier. It's talking about having responsibility with no accountability, or in this case, rights without responsibility. Hear me out.
First wave feminism sought to give women men's rights without men's responsibilities. Second wave feminism sought to reduce or eliminate women's responsibilities. And third wave feminism seeks to increase men's responsibilities. And that's really the way I see it. When all the mixed messages are tallied up, we find that men can't win for losing. They still bear the majority of the burdens they did 100 years ago. To one degree or another, they are still expected to pay on the first date and onward, even months or years into the relationship. Still expected to be the higher earner in the relationship. Still expected to pay most or all of the household bills. still expected to be at least as educated as their female partner, if not more, still expected to be the one to buy the ring and to buy the flowers and then to buy the chocolates on Valentine's Day, still expected to put themselves between a woman and any danger, still expected to take responsibility for themselves and others, especially women and children. The primary difference is they aren't allowed to expect any thanks, gratitude, respect, status, or reward for it. In fact, these expectations in the current zeitgeist aren't a continuation of the traditional masculine roles of yesteryear. They only exist so men can atone for their collective historical wrongdoings. That's why. That's how they've changed the narrative, right? We expect the same things of men, but only because men owe it to us for how horrible men were in the past. I'm just here to ask, what the hell are we doing to our boys and to our men? Aren't we demanding that they embrace two completely different paradigms? Contradictory paradigms.
Yes.
In one, girls and women are their equals, every bit as tough, capable, resilient, self-reliant, and powerful as any boy or man.
So that we're told, that's what they tell us.
And in the other, girls and women are so vulnerable and fragile that they need to be treated with special gentleness and consideration, extra protection and respect. And they are so incapable that they need boys and men to rescue them from anything that might endanger or upset them. This is really what we're asking boys and men to do when we demand that they take collective responsibility, even as middle schoolers, for violence against women and girls. Collective responsibility, collective blame. And we're asking them to embrace that paradigm that even though women are equal, men still need to do for them.
Oh, that was the end of the video. That was the end of that video. Listen, that was a very, 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 very short, relatively short, but powerful ideal. This is what I'm going to add to it. You cannot claim that men and women are equal when women are allowed to change. Oh, we're evolving, we're doing this, oh, we are on our grind and purpose and men need to keep up and blah, 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 right? But yet and still, men are expected to be the exact same way. And you have to understand, ladies, let's break it down and get a little deep on this. You have to understand that that is impossible. Some of y'all don't think so, but it is impossible. You all have created, what was that back in math where you divide 1 by 0, it's undefined or something? You've put us in an undefined situation. Here's the reason. You are telling men to go against their programming while you all as women are going against your own programming, yet and still you expect men to stay the same. Everything is an equilibrium. If I plant some seeds in the soil, provided it's in the right conditions and environment, something will grow from that. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, okay? And you all have done all of the things that this woman have said. You all have taken on all of this stuff. Oh, we are just as equally capable and powerful as men, and this, that, and the third. And man, things would be better if women ran things, and blah, 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 right? All this stuff. Power to the women that are doing the real work. Power to those women, not these delusional ass women who don't understand that as soon as you all started to change and shift the paradigm from what it was and then try to tell men to stay the same, it was impossible to stay that way. You cannot change one side of the equation and don't think that the other side is going to have to balance itself. Life is about balance, and life will seek to find balance. Even if it takes some time, life will find balance. So, what's happening as a result? What's happening as a result is, first off, it used to be that, you know, like women started doing their thing, and men started like, you know what, let's be there for these women. Let's capitulate a little bit. But as men capitulated more and more, and the power dynamic shifted, men was finding themselves less happier. Okay? They were getting less and less happy. And women thought they were happier, but there's no way you make this side of the equation unhappy and this side of the equation doesn't become unhappy at some point. You know what I mean? Again, there's balance to this, right? If I want to get this 5 on this side, from this side of the equation to this side, then I need to subtract or divide or whatever opposite to this side so that it's on the other side. You understand? You guys are shifting the equation. As a result of women saying they don't need men, as a result of women constantly putting their finger on the scale and talking about what they need and not what the man needs too, men are like, F it. A lot of these men have checked out of the dating game. A lot of these men are done with your BS. A lot of these men would rather be alone than have some nagging ass woman in his life. Yes, absolutely. You all have shifted the paradigm. So now men are just doing their own thing. Some men are just, I'm done. I read it all the time in the comments. Some men are like, wait a minute. This is what I want. These ladies here, supposed to be my own women in my country, are unable and incapable of providing it. And now I am going to go to where I demand this. The supply of it is little to none here. I'm going to go where the supply of what I'm looking for is high. You all have shifted it. Last thing on this point. There was a clip in one of the videos, I think it was the last video I did, and the woman said, well, we're all going to go extinct because men basically won't listen to us, or whatever the hell it was. Let me I have my folder up here. Let me see if I can find that video. Let me see if I can find that video clip. Oh, right here. Right here. I'm gonna finish my last point on this. Hold up.
I love how women have decided to be single and not have kids because now the world can go extinct and the population can die, all because men thought the world revolved around them, but it never did. It revolved around us. And now because you don't want to listen to us, the world is going to end.
Told you. Ma'am, the world is not about to end. Just because you think that the world revolved around it, listen, to some extent, it did revolve around y'all. Okay? Hear me out. The reason why men protect the cities, reason why men go to war, reason why men work so hard to build these buildings and all this stuff, all this extravagance of society was actually built for and to protect the women and the children, the families. There are more women on this planet than there are men. Okay? More women than men. And there are enough women out there. See, we are so centric minded, right? Like it's like being a kid, like little kids. You know that little kids can't grasp the concept of the world. When they're little, they only see the world through their own lens. They don't realize that they're a small part of a bigger puzzle. This is how modern women talk. Like y'all talk like little kids because you don't understand that this country is just a small part. Even if you get the other westernized countries who the women feel the same way, even if you collectively put them together, there are still more women out there who want different from what y'all want than y'all are. There are enough women out there that the world is going to stay populated. Now, this country might lose its population. Japan might lose its population. China might see its population dwindle. Do y'all get where I'm going? Do you get where I'm going? Yeah, some of these most powerful nations, westernized nations, might see a decrease in its population growth. But the world ain't going to stop growing. The world ain't going to stop growing because y'all don't understand that the only reason you have the protection is because you have men on your side. Because when you don't have men on your side anymore, then you're going to start seeing these draconian laws come. Then you're going to start seeing like, yo, girls got, scraped, trafficked, and dudes ain't going to care no more. They're not going to care. And if we don't care, you are not protected. You're only protected because some semblance of men, the majority of men, are being civil. But let the lights and the power go out. Let like an EMP attack happen on the country or around the world, and we go back to darkness again. Oh my God. Oh my God. You all wouldn't be able to handle it. And as things get more and more feral, you all are going to be like, I'm strong and independent. You're going to be looking for some man to protect you. That's what would happen. And it would happen very quickly. Very quickly. And y'all don't even see it. And here's the thing. That happening is a possibility in our lifetime. I really want you to think about that. It's a possibility, whether it be some other country who does it, whether it be AI who does it. You guys can't see shit for us in terms of the future. So y'all need to ask yourself a very simple question, right? Women need to ask themselves this very simple question.
I really ask myself, like, sometimes, is it me? Is it me? Is it me?
Exactly. If you aren't seeing the results, me and all my friends, we getting it. We doing the thing. But we single. We all single. Ain't that tell you something? Oh, we used to have this girl. She was in our group, but she got married. Now she don't talk to us no more, man. F that B. F that B. We still got each other's, girl. You know why she left y'all alone? She left y'all alone because y'all didn't mean nothing. Y'all were going to ruin her family. Y'all were going to ruin her marriage. Y'all were going to ruin her relationship. It seems to me that she was the smartest one in the group. Some of y'all aren't getting the results. Y'all get older and then you're bitter and you want to give out this badass advice instead of doing what this young lady right here just did and said, is it me? Now, a real man is always reflective and thinking about, is it me? What can I do to be better? A real man. Whether he does it in his relationships or not are one thing, but any man worth his salt, doctors, lawyers, engineers, whatever, You're going to always come to the point when you mess up at some point, you're going to come to that realization, man, I messed up. How do I get better? What do I need to do to improve? What skill was I lacking that didn't allow me to acquire this? It's the same thing with dating relationships. But y'all don't think like that. Y'all don't think on that level because you're too damn self-absorbed. And until you start to realize it, y'all, some women need to wake up and just get the message.
You want to get cut out quick? Talk to a man any kind of way. Cussing at him, insults, whether it's targeted at his ego or his manhood. Talking to him like he a child. You can't do that. Because if they ain't going to let nobody out there in the streets talk to them like that, what make you think you can talk to them like that? Well, if he was a real man, if he was a good man, he wouldn't have me acting like that. No, you acting like that because you think as a woman you can do that. But a real man going to show you quick. He ain't the one to play with.
I'm going to play out these last two videos and then I'm going to get to your comments. We'll do a question of the day and then we'll get out of here. Because I have some place I got to be.
One thing that I will say, though, I feel like we need to normalize, and I don't want to offend no women when I say this.
Offend them.
But men need to normalize almost like training your woman. You know, a lot of women have, you know, we've been self-sufficient, independent. So we're used to a certain, you know, paradigm. Sometimes you have to be patient enough to be like, no, talk to me like this. I'm your man. And you can't just be like giving up on your woman after the fifth argument. Sometimes it's going to take 15 arguments for her to realize, okay, this is how I talk to my man. Because I wasn't I wasn't trained for that.
So look, those last two videos, I'm gonna let stand on their own, right? We can talk about that in another video, right? Those are the type of clips that actually would benefit for other videos. So I want to make sure, actually, matter of fact, let's grab those videos now, the ones I talked about. I don't want to talk about that one again. That and that. I just moved some of the videos to the overflow so that way I can use them in future videos because I think those points are powerful. And I don't think everybody's going to get to the 2-hour mark of my videos to see all of these clips. But the point still stands, okay? The point still stands. Let me catch some of these comments. Where are we? Men are more disciplined than we get credit for. Women as a whole these days think they're entitled to what we earn. Exactly. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Ain't no trolling. And 10th wave feminism killed us all and the world into a train wreck catastrophe in a gutter, slaughter, agonies, misery city. Jesus, Preston. Women are the ones who literally fought for equality and independence, saying they don't need a man, but turn around and say they don't need us again. Don't make me laugh. Listen, let me say this. I don't have a problem with women doing their thing. I don't have a problem with women getting their own, okay? But if you're going to fight for equality, you're fighting for equality. You should want the same. You shouldn't want equality of outcome. You should want equality of opportunity. Nobody owes you shit, but at least have everyone, men, women, whoever, should have the same opportunity of same outcome of opportunity, meaning that just give me a chip in a chair and everybody should have that same opportunity to have that chip in the chair. You don't deserve for the outcome to be you get the chip chair and you get to win the whole pot. That's not the way it rolls. That's not even fair. And that's what modern women want today. Understand that women are extremely impressionable and easily fooled by society. Girl power, making their careers a priority over family, prioritizing education over family and life goals. Absolutely. Which to me is also contrary to some of their programming. because they will be in this girl power. I'm going to get it, blah, blah, blah. I'm listening to what society tells me, blah, blah, blah. And then somewhere around 30, 35, 40, now they're trying to start these families. Why y'all playing these games? I'm ready to settle down. See, you all have been sold a bill of goods that you can have it all. And listen, and a lot of my military dudes can understand this too. That shit is sacrifice. You're sacrificing something to get whatever, right? If you get to retirement, you're going to sacrifice time with your family. You're going to sacrifice birthdays and holidays and family events. You are even going to sacrifice time where people are going to pass away while you are gone. But men understand there's a cost. A lot of modern women aren't willing to pay the cost. They're not willing to pay the cost to be the boss. See what happens when you attempt to change the foundation of your home? I guarantee you it will come tumbling down. Yes, the foundation. The Bible talks about that a lot, right? About building your house on a solid foundation, building your house on a rock. And we hear little things about the 3 little pigs, and right there's a reason that these things are tried and true principles, because they mean something. If you build your house on the side of a cliff and the foundations aren't set right and the thing ain't set right, your house could just slide down the hill. Hell, in theory, one day it actually might. I saw this back in the late 90s when I graduated high school. Most of the women are single mothers with careers but unhappy overall. Leo, Leo, Leo. I was thinking of this shit the other day. I was watching this movie. Oh, not a movie. It was I was on Amazon last night, and one of the movies is called 10 Years. Now, I never saw the movie, but it had a lot of the stars, Channing Tatum and Rosario Dawson and some other bunch of stars. And they're supposed to be like 10 years later from high school, right? And who they are. Now, you and I both graduated in the late 90s, so we're probably around the same age. But here's the point. Point is, we're almost coming up on a 3rd reunion. Okay, we're almost coming up on our 3rd reunion here. And I say that to say that, hey, I love everybody. When I go to those reunions, it's just good to see people because we've lost so many people. And, some people just aren't alive anymore. Some people just, they don't want nothing to do with anything anymore. And I get that. But it's funny to see where people are now from where you saw them, 25 plus years ago. Let's just say that. Let's just say the number's 25 plus, okay? Years ago. You really look at life differently when you can look back and see what was maybe important to us when you were younger, vice what it means now. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are wasting time on shit that don't matter. And that's really what I get from almost being 3 decades out of high school. Does that make sense? Men need to step it up by studying self. Men are weak these days for many reasons, but when you study yourself, you can figure out what you need to work on. Yep, which we talk about all the time on this channel. Expecting a man to be masculine, but still thinking that he's supposed to their personal ATMs, supposed to be their personal ATM machines, still expecting a good man to protect and provide. Yeah, absolutely, all that stuff. How about hell no? Wait, did she just say that for real? Us men keep the world going? Yeah, she may have said that, D-Dog. When a man exudes his masculine nature, most women will respond accordingly. No words need to be spoken. Just do it. It's like magic. And listen, some women are going to see, some women have never seen real masculinity. So when it does come in their presence and they're a part of this girl power movement they don't know how to act around it. They take it as you being arrogant. They take it as you being whatever. If she stays in pocket, then you'll stay in pocket, because masculinity isn't necessarily trying to start an argument. It just is what it is. But when people can't accept it, That ain't your fault. That's them. Because a lot of this society, both men and women, aren't used to seeing what true masculinity looks like. So women beg for men to approach and be masculine. Women have become bitter and aggressive because they've come across too many weak men. Women have become bitter and aggressive. It's because that's what they've been pushed to be too. Like it ain't, some of their bitter and aggressiveness has nothing to do with just men. It has everything to do with what society is pushing them. You know what I mean? And that's cap because they're choosing to be that way. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, this channel attempts to show these video clips, and it shows, and it's not just me, but there are countless videos out there where women will see the right thing and they will see the wrong thing. And I've showed you guys enough when the wrong thing happens. Let's see if I can bring up another video clip since we're already here. Women can see the wrong thing taking place and still choose. They will see the bad and still choose it. Hold on 1 second. Oh, damn it. I can't find it, what I'm looking for. I can't find what I'm looking for. I was going to prove a point, but I can't remember which video it was in. Oh, this might be it. This might be it. Right here. Right here. This is a perfect example of what we're talking about. Check this out. Now, again, women will see the right thing, they will see the wrong thing. Okay, they will see the right thing, they will see the wrong thing. Modern women are choosing, they are supporting, they are co-signing on the bad shit. This has nothing to do with a man. This has everything to do with, and this is something I meant to say earlier, but I'm going to say it now before I play this clip. Women complained about men, about how we move. Oh, well, y'all just want to go out and cheat and da-da-da-da, and y'all think y'all have no consequences to your actions, blah, 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 right? Like all these things that women slowly have been working on. So, hey, we want to be equal and this, that, and the third. And it's funny to me because I am old enough to remember this. And a lot of my gents, y'all are old enough to remember it too. The things that they complained about back in the 80s and the 90s, the women are doing. They are doing it. And they may be doing it more than men are doing it. Check this out. Sorry, it's got music in it. So first, let me just put this back up on the screen. Having my man drop me off at the airport so I can go see my other man. Okay, I showed y'all this clip a couple weeks ago. I want y'all to see this. All right.
Bringing him back a bottle opener from the destination as an apology. I've actually done this twice. Y'all about to piss me off. I did this but never came back. And look at this one. OMG, I'm doing this right now. I left the States to see my boo overseas. I'm still overseas right now, LOL. My boo in the state hella mad. It just, it makes me sad. Real sad, man.
Man, don't cry over that crap. This is kind of why I wrote down that title. Should men be bums? Should men just not, look, men are already not caring. But it's getting to the point now where it's like everybody gonna suffer. And shout out to the men who won't allow, you know, bad morals, bad behavior, corrupt who they are. Power to you, because that's a tough thing to do. Listen, as a young man, it's hard. It was hard not when I was hurt, not to go out and then want to just take it out on other women. And I don't mean like doing anything bad. I'm just saying, look, man, it don't pay to be in a relationship. I might as well just do my thing. You know what I mean? Like, why should I be in a relationship if this is the kind of crap that I got to deal with? Or I got to deal with some woman who's like, I don't like when you go here or do this. I might as well just stay single. If you're going to put me in that box, I'd just rather be single. You know what I mean? And especially if I'm not out here trying to do nothing wrong or whatever. Like, if you know that I'm a good dude and then you still going to give me crap because of your insecurity, I'd rather be by myself, man. Seriously. I'd rather be by myself. And a lot of men feel the exact same way. But the thing that's the most disturbing about this is the women co-signing on this. Part of the problem. It's part of the problem. Women co-signing on that kind of crap. This is why I stay away from annoying people expecting us to keep doing what they ask, or gaslighting and shit shaming. Absolutely. Why is he going on about a comment from dumb women? Speak about important and actionable topics like men getting back in the gym, meditating, getting their money up, traveling. All right, Leo, you're going to make me lose my patience there, son. All of it is a part of another conversation, okay? Yes. If you want to speak more on this stuff, hey, become a member of the channel. I talk about that stuff in the members only video. Secondly, it's not just men that watch these videos, okay? And third, come up with some shit like that one more time and I'll block you from this channel. All right? Yeah, it's you. Doctors and attorney are a sham. Their lives is their work. No time for their family to raise a kid. Absolutely. D-Dog says, why should we have to train you women when you all are grown? Y'all should already know what to do. As a man, if you are a leader, hear me out. I hear what you're saying. And on the surface, that sounds right. But if you want to be the leader of your own family, part of being a leader is to also provide some level of instruction. See, society today tells us that, well, or that thought process is we all need to just we need to come into relationships healed, yes. But there's some level of leadership, there's learning, okay? A leader teaches. And that is, if we're the man, we want to be the man, then we need to be able to teach and lead. Does that make sense? You could train a dog quicker than that. You just said, did she say train your woman? But many women don't want to say the part of the vows that says to honor and obey your husband. Absolutely. Papa Jenkins said they can't settle down and become a wife after being a garden tool for 10 to 20 years. They disqualify being a wife when choosing to become a garden tool. I hear you. Everybody's saying, yep. This video just proves that women be telling on themselves. Of course, women who are always telling themselves will forever be the loudest in the room. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Listen, gents, sorry I'm going to cut this a little early. I do have something I have to go take care of. And but I do have a couple of video ideas. And like I said, I think I want to expound on this topic. I think we need to expound on it. I want to show you all that there are a bunch of women who are having these type of events that are supposed to be empowering to women, but really they're only self-serving to their own interests. If you are a woman who is watching this right now, I have said in a recent video, and we've put out on this channel, one of the biggest hindrances to women is women. Women are holding other women back. If you consider yourself a good woman and you are looking for a good man, right? And you want to find a good man. If you are listening to other women talk about this topic, they're going to keep you single. Yes, they are. Okay. Last thing, question of the day. Do you feel that the girl power movement helps or hurt women today? And why do you think that? So you all might just say, yes, it's hurting them. How is it hurting them? How is it helping them? Or do you think there's a balance? What do you think that it's helping them with? What do you think it's hurting them with? Don't put that in the comments. Don't put that in the chat. Go put that down in the comments after this video ends. I want to hear from you. Again, we will have a video out probably by Friday. Give me some time to work on some stuff. And then members, I'll have another members only video out very soon. Okay. Thank you all for being patient with me this evening. Thank you all to my sponsor tonight, Melissa, for the $10 super chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate each and every one of you guys, even people I disagree with on certain things. It's okay to have those robust conversations. Okay. It's going to make us better. It's going to make us stronger. Sean, peace, my good brother. Peace to you there, D-Dog. I appreciate you. Preston, you seriously expect good women? Okay. You expect good men to keep dealing with this chicken BS? Good on him rather than deal with it? No, I'm not saying deal with it, right? I think we do need to deal with it. And one thing that I will agree with Leo on is what he said. Part on working on it is working on self, which we talk about all the time on this channel, right? Even if I just tell y'all a little bit about it, but we always talk about being on our grind, being on our purpose. We need to be physically, mentally, emotionally strong before we can expect to be the right leaders, competent leaders for anybody, much less a woman or a family. I totally agree on these things. Okay. All right. Gents, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Until next time, live your best.